Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. At first, it looked like nothing special. Just a brief moment, a fraction of a second that most people might have missed if they weren't paying close attention. But as fans replayed the footage again and again, slowing it down, zooming in, and analyzing every movement, one quiet detail suddenly became impossible to ignore. And once you see it, it changes how you interpret everything that happened between Lee Min-ho and Kim Go Eun in that moment. Lee Min-ho is not someone who acts without awareness. Every public appearance, every step, every gesture is measured. Years in the industry have taught him how to control his image flawlessly. Kim Go Eun, on the other hand, is known for her natural presence, expressive reactions, and emotional transparency. When these two appear together, fans already expect a certain chemistry. But what happened this time wasn't about obvious smiles or dramatic interaction. It was about something far more subtle, something instinctive. The moment occurred when they were standing side by side, surrounded by cameras, staff, and flashing lights. On the surface, everything looked normal. They were composed, professional, and calm. But then Lee Min-ho did something small. So small that it didn't register immediately. He shifted his position slightly, angled his body just a bit closer, and made a restrained movement that suggested awareness rather than performance. What caught fans' attention wasn't the movement itself, but the timing. It happened precisely when Kim Go Eun appeared momentarily distracted. Her gaze drifted away, her posture softened, and for a split second, she looked less guarded. That was when Lee Min-ho adjusted himself, almost instinctively, as if responding to her presence without thinking. This wasn't a gesture made for the cameras. In fact, it was almost too subtle to be intentional. And that's exactly why fans found it so compelling. People began asking questions. Why did he move at that exact moment? Why did his body language change when hers did? And why did he immediately return to his neutral stance once she refocused? Body language experts often say that genuine reactions happen before the mind has time to censor them. These micro-movements are automatic. They reflect comfort, awareness, and emotional attunement. Fans who have followed Lee Min-ho for years were quick to point out that this kind of movement is rare for him in public settings. He usually maintains clear physical boundaries, especially in high-profile environments. But with Kim Go Eun, those boundaries seem to soften, even if just for a moment. What made this detail even more intriguing was Kim Go Eun's reaction, or rather, her lack of one. She didn't flinch. She didn't step away. She didn't seem surprised. Instead, she remained relaxed, as if the movement was expected, familiar, or at least not uncomfortable. For many fans, this was the biggest clue of all. If the gesture had been unexpected, there would have been some visible response. A slight adjustment, a glance, anything. But there was nothing. And sometimes, nothing says more than something. Social media quickly lit up with side-by-side comparisons. Fans began revisiting past appearances, interviews, and behind-the-scenes footage. And suddenly, patterns started to emerge. Similar subtle gestures. The same kind of proximity. The same instinctive awareness of each other's space. This wasn't about proving anything. It wasn't about confirming rumors or forcing narratives. It was about recognizing consistency. And consistency is what made fans start re-examining everything they thought they understood. Some fans pointed out that during previous public events, Lee Min-ho often positioned himself slightly ahead or slightly apart from others. But with Kim Go Eun, he tended to stay aligned. Not leading, not following, just matching her pace. Others noticed how his attention subtly shifted toward her when she spoke, even when the focus was supposed to be elsewhere. His eyes moved first. His posture followed. Again, nothing dramatic. Just enough to be noticeable if you were looking for it. Kim Go Eun, meanwhile, showed her own version of quiet comfort. She didn't seek attention. She didn't exaggerate reactions. But she mirrored his calmness. When he relaxed, she relaxed. When he shifted, she adjusted without hesitation. These are not things that can be easily rehearsed. They happen naturally between people who share a certain level of familiarity and emotional safety. Of course, not everyone sees it the same way. Some argue that fans are reading too much into a single moment, that professionals at this level are trained to manage space and presence. And that may be true, but fans counter that training usually creates distance, not instinctive closeness. What makes this moment different is that it didn't feel polished. It felt human. There's also the emotional weight of their shared history. Their past collaboration left a deep impression on viewers, not just because of the story they told on screen, but because of the authenticity they brought to it. That kind of connection doesn't disappear overnight. Even when projects end, the emotional memory remains. When two actors share that kind of experience, their bodies remember it, even if their words don't acknowledge it. That's why this one small detail resonated so strongly. It wasn't loud, it wasn't obvious, but it felt honest. Fans began asking themselves new questions. Have we been underestimating the depth of their bond? Have we been too focused on what's said instead of what's shown? And how many other moments like this have gone unnoticed simply because no one thought to look closely? In the age of viral clips and dramatic headlines, subtlety often gets lost. But this moment reminded fans why they fell in love with watching these two in the first place. Not because of spectacle, but because of sincerity. Lee Min-ho didn't smile. He didn't speak. He didn't reach out. He simply adjusted himself in response to Kim Go Eun's presence. And that was enough to reopen conversations that many thought were already closed. For some fans, it brought warmth. For others, a sense of melancholy. The realization that some connections linger quietly, never fully resolved, never fully gone. And maybe that's why this moment felt so powerful. It didn't give answers. It created questions. And sometimes, questions are more emotionally honest than conclusions. As the footage continues to circulate and fans continue to analyze every frame, one thing is clear. This small moment did not go unnoticed. And once you see it, it's impossible to unsee. Whether it means something more, or simply reflects a shared past and mutual respect, it has already done one thing undeniably well. It reminded everyone that the quietest gestures often speak the loudest. And in the world of Lee Min-ho and Kim Go Eun, even a single step, a slight shift, or a fleeting moment of awareness is enough to make fans stop, rewind, and wonder all over again.